What's up? I'm ready to throw hands with this teacher, not gonna lie. My throat. That was random. Anyways, welcome back to Dreambound. We are going to continue where we last left off, which was Damn, that was fast. Which is this one right here. Damn. Saribot gives no fucks. I don't even know what was sent. But okay. I won't be handing back your mock exams now. I'm very proud of how much you've all grown, academically and otherwise. And you should all be proud of yourselves too. Let me check the audios real quick. Yeah, I think we're good. Mr. Floyd walked between the desks, setting the marked exam papers face down. For some reason, Noah felt nervous. He didn't usually feel nervous about something like this. He'd always done well, after all. But something about impressing both his new tutor and teacher made the butterflies in his stomach start stirring. Mr. Floyd's footsteps echoed through the hushed classroom. Noah looked at the faces of those who had already received their grades. Some looked happy, some looked disappointed. I wonder what my face will look like to them. Mr. Floyd's footsteps stopped in front of Noah's desk. When he looked up to meet his teacher's eyes, he winked and placed the test down before resuming his walk around the classroom. Taking a deep breath, Noah flipped the page over. 98. Hey! Go Noah! Go Noah! Go Noah! I got a 98. That's way higher than usual. That should be everyone. Give yourselves a pat on the back and make sure to relax over the weekend. You've all deserved it. The bell rang just as he finished teaching. Kane quickly bounded over to Noah, a wide smile on his face. Go on. How did you do? No way. You show me first. Fine with me. Take a look at this. With a grin that said, try to beat this, Kane slammed his mock exam down on Noah's desk. In red pen, a 94 was circled. Wow, amazing. It's okay. You don't have to be jealous. Hey. Oh, I'm not. With a similar grin, Noah pushed his test towards Kane. What? Mr. Floyd must have made a mistake. Mr. Floyd, come back. Kane mockingly pretended to chase after their teacher, who just laughed and waved him off, busy packing up his things. Give that back. How the hell did you get a 98? I'm magical like that. At least, I hope it was me who got the 98 and not Mr. Floyd forging stuff. Now I'm questioning. 98? Noah, that's amazing. In the middle of the ruckus, August had approached quietly, a look of amazement on his face. At his arrival, Kane had tensed up a little. Oh, thanks. He probably cheated. I did not. I just have a new tutor. Oh, I remember you mentioning that. He must be really good. Yeah, he is. Totally not because he's the teacher. I can't believe this. My winning streak ruined. Shut up already. You only beat me before because I didn't care. Sob, sob. Don't say sob, sob out loud. That sounds so stupid. Kane and Noah laughed. We should celebrate somehow. You don't have to do that. It's not even a big deal. I want to. 98 really is amazing. You should be proud. How did you do? Well, I got a 75. Not as good as the two of you. That's still really amazing too, you know. You're really amazing. How about you two stay over at my place this weekend? I've got some new games. August blinked a few times, obviously surprised. Me? Well, yeah, it was your idea to celebrate. I just thought that you... Yeah, I think that would be really fun. All right, let's do it. Actually, out of character, August stuttered a little, as if he was a little nervous about what he was about to ask, before he brushed it off and regained his usual confidence. Why don't you two come over to my place? My dad's been asking me to introduce my friends to him. August's house? August's bedroom. That's fine with me, Noah. Staying overnight at August's house in August's bedroom. Don't overthink this, boy. Just say yes. Earth to Noah. Hey, stop zoning out. It's okay if you don't want to. No, I do. I really want to. Anyway, I gotta go home now. My tutor is coming over again. One of these days, you'll have the time to hang out again. Yeah, whatever. Then let's walk home together. I don't have anything else to do today. As the three of them walked towards the door, Mr. Floyd called out, "Good job, Noah. I'll see." Oh, I don't like how that sounds. Oh, I don't like that. Hell, it sounds so grody. In response, Noah smiled and waved. See you later. I don't know why the professor gives me that vibe. I know he did something to Noah. I don't know what he did to him, but the professor just makes me, ugh. Just, ugh. Send the shivers up my spine. Enjoy your lurk, Lila. What was that about? What was what about? See you later? Oh, Mr. Floyd is my tutor. Aha! Things are starting to make sense. What's that supposed to mean? Kane shrugged. Just saying that your high mark is beginning to make sense since the two of you are friends. Oh, shut up. I earned that. You're just jealous. He's way better than my last tutor anyway. I don't think I've ever had a tutor. I thought that only happened in movies and stuff. Count yourself lucky then. I've been stuck with mine since I was 7. Does everybody in this town have a tutor? I thought Noah's parents were just being strict on us, but does everybody have a tutor? Except for August? Wow. I have gone through a few. If you ever need any help, I could tutor you if you wanted. You tutoring? I think the 98 is going to your head. Shut up. Thanks, Noah. I'll have to take you up on that. There were a few things I didn't understand on the test. No problem. Unrelated, but I heard your brother is going to be back soon. God, don't remind me. You have a brother? Yeah, he's a little older than me. Sounds like you don't get along very well. He's the golden child, and I'm the failure after all. Failure? Don't be silly. You always get good marks. Your teachers like you. You're so good at art too. He got 100 on every test through high school. He was the captain of 2 different sports teams, president of the school council. How did you hear that anyway? Your mom was chatting with my mom the other day. I heard it from her. Of course. She's just gotta brag that her favorite child is coming home. Let me stay at your place for a couple of weeks just until he's gone. As much as your mom likes me, I think she'd kill us both if we tried that. My mom likes you more than she likes me. I'm sure you could ask her for anything and she'd say yes. You could always stay at my place. Wait, really? Hey. I wouldn't want to bother you. You'd never be a bother, and you're always welcome in my house. Thanks. Before long, they'd already reached home, to Noah's disappointment. I want to spend more time with him. If only I didn't have tutoring tonight. Even though we've been in the same class for a little while now, I feel like we barely got to hang out. With that thought in his mind, he braced himself for what was awaiting him. He could hear their voices before he even stepped through the door. They didn't keep their words to hushed tones, instead deciding that even if anyone did overhear them, they didn't care. I think this new tutor is a good fit for him. If he can convince him to finally give up that girly hobby, then I don't care who it is. Here we go again. Maybe his brother will be able to talk some sense into him too. Doubt it. I'm home. He purposely cut into their conversation, ignoring their words even as they dug deep into him. What's so wrong with drawing? I have something to show you. Here. Noah fished the test paper from his bag and handed it over to his mother, who gasped in surprise. Noah, did you take someone else's test? What? No. Did you cheat? No. This is really yours? Yeah. Not bad. Nearly as good as Asher. Oh! I hate that. I hate that line. Oh, Noah. Right. My bad. I'll try harder next time. Don't worry, dear. He'll get it next time. With an inaudible sigh, Noah felt his spirits deflate. He took back the paper and buried it in his backpack. I'm going to go wait for my tutor in my room. Good boy. I'll bring you in some snacks later. Oh. Oh, why'd I do that? Instead of setting up for his tutor, Noah found himself pulling his old sketchbooks from his shelves. His eyes danced over the pages, looking at everything he'd poured his heart into for the past few years. I guess I just suck. Why am I never good enough? At least August thinks it's cool. Oh. For what must have been the 100th time, Noah stared down at August's contact in his phone, but decided against texting him. It's not like I have anything to say to him. I'm here! Noah, you should be so proud of yourself after that last test. You've always been good. No, great. But you've grown even further. Thanks to you. Mr. Floyd shut the door behind him and shook his head. No, it's because you put the effort in. He sat his textbooks down on the table before glancing towards the sketchbooks in Noah's hand. What's this? Oh, they're nothing. This is your art? Noah braced himself. He waited for the same words that came from each of his tutors, like robots with strict scripts. The scripts that, by extension, came from his parents. Every single time. You should give that up. It's a waste of time. You should study instead. Oof. You have so many talents. I had no idea you could draw. Huh? You're not going to tell me to stop? Of course not. He laughed and sat down. But unlike you, I struggle with even a stick figure, so I won't be of any use in that regard. Should we get started on what I can help you with? Noah felt a lightness in his heart that he didn't know could exist. He's on my side? Mr. Floyd opened up one of his math textbooks, waiting for Noah to join him. He sat on the other side of the table and pulled out his workbook. Equations and calculators sat against the page like a foreign language. I think we can move on to a new subject now. You've already proven to have a mastery over what I've taught so far. Noah nodded, but his eyes went back down to his phone. I thought he would have sent a message by now. Maybe he doesn't want to. Or maybe he wants me to send one first. Or maybe he just doesn't have anything to say, since we're not even that close and we see each other every day at school. Or maybe... Noah! Maybe he didn't actually want to give me his number and I put him on the spot. Is it too weird to message each other? Hello, Earth to Noah. Mr. Floyd waved his hand in front of Noah, snapping him out of wherever his mind had gone. Oh, sorry, I'm listening. Of course you're not. His tutor closed the textbook, looking earnestly at him. What's on your mind? I'm sorry, Mr. Floyd. I'll concentrate now. Noah reached across the table, trying to open the textbook back to the page on whatever his teacher was currently trying to talk about. But unfortunately, Mr. Floyd was faster than him. He gently placed his hands on the book, stopping it from being opened before shaking his head. Some things are more important than schoolwork. A lot of things, really. Don't tell anyone I said that to you. No one will ever do their homework again. Is it really okay? He'll think I'm weird, won't he? But I feel like I can trust him. Actually, something has been on my mind. I don't want you to laugh at me, though. Go ahead, I won't laugh. What does liking someone feel like? Liking someone? Like, you know, liking someone. Like love or something. Mr. Floyd did in fact laugh for a second before he noticed a serious expression on Noah's face. Okay, you're serious. You're a healthy teenage boy. I thought you would have known this already. Well, you see, my parents are kind of dipshits, so. Let's see. Wasn't exactly prepared for this. He cleared his throat awkwardly. So, you mean, like, physically? Yeah? How would you know? Even he's... No! Don't fall for his shit. He did something. Nobody fall for that. This is how they get you. Let me think back to being a teenager. I guess I used to feel awkward around my crush. Butterflies, wanting to talk with them, staring at them. Sounds kind of creepy looking back on it. Is it someone in the class? You don't have to tell me. Noah nodded wordlessly. Sophia, or maybe Aria? It's not a girl. Is it wrong to like someone that's like me? Someone like you. It's August. Oh, his face! A silence followed his sudden outburst. He blinked, surprised at Noah's answer. Of course that's not wrong. Really? Yeah, you have nothing to be worried about. A warm feeling spread within Noah's chest. Validation. It's okay. I'm okay. I'm normal. This has really been bothering you, huh? Well, don't worry. I won't tell anyone. Mr. Floyd reopened his textbook naturally, segueing back into the lesson. Now, where were we? Noah picked up his pencil and listened carefully, his mind suddenly as clear as the sky just outside the window, which had begun to dim into a gentle orange. Right. Advanced calculus. Everyone's favorite. Blech! Who? No! Maybe your favorite. Ella, not mine. He'll pick it up in no time. Ugh. How do you even remember so much? Would you believe me if I said I just love math so much that's all I do in my free time? You crazy. Ew. Even teachers aren't that sad, except maybe Miss... Wait, I shouldn't say that. I really shouldn't say that. Come on, now I'm curious. My lips are sealed. Fine, then how do you remember it all? The truth is, I don't remember everything. I think that's the same no matter what you study. You learn things, you forget things, you relearn things. That sounds so lame. Who'd want to relearn something you're not interested in over and over again just to teach someone else? Me, I suppose. There's something satisfying about being able to pass on knowledge. Maybe you'll understand one day. I would be an awful teacher. An art teacher, then? No, I'm nowhere near good enough. I beg to differ, but whether you want to do that or not, I can see you going far with your art. Keep it up, okay? Mr. Floyd chatted happily, circling a formula in Noah's workbook at the same time. He can do advanced calculus and small talk at the same time. He's really something. Do you have someone you like? What? Where'd that come from? I was just wondering. You said that someone special told you to be a teacher, right? So, do you pay attention in class? So you do pay attention in class. I thought you were too busy tapping your pencil against the desk. Hey. I did. You did? That person isn't around anymore. I haven't really been interested in dating since then. Oh, I'm sorry. What? Oh, they aren't dead. Just got married. I went to the wedding and it was beautiful. Still just like a little heartbroken, I guess. Did you try that thing they do in the movies? Objecting? I die before actually doing that. Really, this is another lesson for you. Take risky shots before you don't have the chance anymore. Was her dress pretty, at least? He looked happier than ever. We also... Oh, right. Her dress was pretty, too. Oh! I understand now. He was in love with the dude and got married to a chick. Okay. At some point, the sun had fallen deep over the horizon, leaving the moonlight to shine in from the large window at the back of the room. Mr. Floyd shut his textbook with a sad sigh, staring out the window, as if he was waiting for someone to miraculously appear. Huh. When no one did, he turned back to Noah. I think that's enough for today, though I think we chatted more than studied. Don't tell on me, all right? I need the extra money. I knew you weren't here out of the goodness of your own heart. Mr. Floyd smirked in response, and Noah found himself laughing alongside the man as they both headed towards the door. Good work today, Noah. I'll see you tomorrow. I see you two are finally done. Good. A word, if that's okay with you. Of course, ma'am. Noah, you can go back to your room. Why? The adults need to speak. Go on, run off. All right. Good night. I'll see you tomorrow, Mr. Floyd. The door shut quietly behind Noah as he tried to put aside his mother's dismissive attitude. On his table, various books were still laid out from the tutoring session. But his studies weren't what was on his mind. He says it's okay that I like August. Right. I like him. That's what this is. I really don't like that she did that. Noah settled in between his sheets, closing his eyes. Outside the door, he could hear the low murmuring of talking, but couldn't make out any specific words. But whatever they were talking about, it didn't matter. At that time, at that moment, nothing else mattered to him but the feeling of finally being accepted. Finally feeling like he found his place. With that in his mind, he closed his eyes. Morning had come around much too quickly. Noah had spent most of the night tossing and turning, thinking about what his teacher had said, and his feelings for the boy who lived just next door. He'd only just managed to get to sleep when his eyes snapped open. For some reason, the sunlight that streamed in from outside seemed to be particularly bright this morning. That was cause for alarm. Noah reached out for his phone and flipped it open. The time on it read 8:25 a.m. What the? My alarm didn't go off. The bell's going to ring in 5 minutes! 2 minutes later, he was dressed and ready to leave. He quickly checked himself in the mirror and smoothed out his hair before he practically flew out the door. Uh-oh. Mom, why didn't you wake me? Both the kitchen and living room were devoid of any and all life. Usually, at least his mother would still be around at this time of the day, but it seemed that she was out. With no more time to waste on where they had gone, Noah picked up his backpack from near the front door and stepped into his shoes before shooting out the front. Zoom! We gotta zoom! In a hurry, Noah circled around his house to reach the overgrown yet well-worn track that led down the mountain. If I run, I won't be late, I hope. Usually he would either wait around for August and Kane or see them waiting for him already. This time he didn't expect to see either of them. Maybe that's why he stopped in his tracks when a bit of blonde hair shone in the sun through the foliage ahead of him. Wait, August? Oh God, I'm not ready to see him yet. Should I go back the way I came? But he's been waiting for me all this time. Noah? A voice called out from beyond the green leaves. Green eyes that nearly matched peered at him, first in surprise, then in happiness. Noah, it is you. What are you doing here? I was waiting for you so we could walk to school together. But now you're going to be late. I don't mind being a little late. What if I was sick or something or wasn't going today? Well, I was contemplating coming to knock on your door, but I didn't want to rush you. Thanks. Kane didn't wait? Oh, he wanted to come drag you out of bed himself, but he said something about his father telling him not to be late today for some reason. Weird. Shoulder to shoulder, the two started speeding down the mountains, careful not to slip. At that present moment, being late for school was the last thing on Noah's mind. All of his senses were consumed by August, his eyes filled with the sight of his face that shone like sunlight falling on a field of flowers, his nose filled with the smell of August shampoo, which still drifted off his slightly damp hair. His ears much too aware of August's breath, of his footsteps, of the rocks tumbling beneath his feet. Each time their shoulders brushed together, Noah could feel himself wanting to run away as fast as possible. The only thing missing from the five senses was taste. Oh. Taste. A taste of... God, what am I thinking? Noah felt like his face flush. Never in his life had he thought of another person this way. And now suddenly it was as if it was all he could think about. Did you sleep in? Huh? Noah nearly jumped out of his skin when August spoke up. Oh, I didn't sleep very well. I think I forgot to set my alarm too. I hate when that happens. Usually my mom would wake me up if I oversleep, but she wasn't at home this morning. August pulled out his phone and checked his clock. Doesn't look like we'll be too late, at least. Though, if we're late already, we should just skip class and hang out instead. I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Oh. It doesn't sound so bad to me. I think my dad might cry if I skip school, to be honest. Really? Yeah, that's kind of the person he is. Up ahead, the greenery was slowly giving way to concrete. For some reason, that filled Noah with a sense of sadness. Here, together and alone, they were in a place no one else could reach. No one else could ruin. But out there, the world went on. I wish we could just stay here. Nothing. It's fine. Come on, we should hurry. Zoom, 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 zooming, zooming, zooming. The two boys ran through the streets and into the school gates. A teacher who had been minding the gates simply shook her head as the two walked in. Jeez, now they're going to think I'm a bad influence on you even more. Being influenced by you doesn't sound so bad. Ahem. The two stopped dead in their tracks as they walked into the classroom. So busy chatting, they almost forgot they were late. The room was hushed, and all eyes went to the boys. You, take a seat. Me? Yes, you. Okay. August took his seat alone, leaving Noah standing awkwardly by the door. Sitting at the front desk was someone other than his teacher, the principal. Noah, I take it? Yeah, I'm sorry we're late. It's all my fault. We'll deal with your tardiness later. For now, please come with me. Noah stood his ground. Why? I assumed your parents would have talked to you. When Noah didn't budge, the principal simply sighed and shrugged his shoulders before opening his mouth once again. You'll be moving classes from today. Huh? What? Why? Because your parents have requested it. Now come on, let's not make a scene. But, you'll be in class 3-1 from today onwards. Come on, I'll introduce you. Class, Mr. Floyd will arrive shortly. Please use the time for self-study until then. Sir, please. I think there's been a mistake. You're Noah, correct? Yes. Your parents requested. Well, I can't really say requested. Demanded would be more suited, I think. They demanded you be moved at once. Your mother was here this morning in person. Why you weren't told, I don't know. Noah felt himself deflate. Mom did this? Why? Do I really have to move? Unfortunately, I can't do anything about it. Your family is a major financial backer. Whatever he said after that, Noah couldn't bear to listen anymore. I can see why Noah doesn't have a good relationship with his parents now and the future. Well, I guess the present. It always comes down to money, doesn't it? Have enough money and you can mess anyone's life over as much as you want. I hate her. I hate them so much. The two stopped in front of a door that was identical to the last classroom, and the two stepped inside. Once again, the class looked over at... Oh, eh. Once again, the class looked towards him as he entered, though this time the faces were much more unfamiliar. This triggers my anxiety. A young woman with short orange hair and dark eyes smiled towards him. Quickly, she moved to pull him to the side. You must be Noah. Please, you can take a seat. You can call me Miss Rose. I understand you were probably moved here against your wishes, so I won't force you to stand at the front of the class and introduce yourself, okay? Fine. Oh. My darn nose. She smiled. Her eyes seemed sympathetic, but Noah looked away from her angrily. Noah sat at the desk he was pointed towards wordlessly, a frown on his brow. What's going on? Why would they do this to me? This isn't fair. This isn't fair! The principal, done with his part, left the room after nodding to Miss Rose. Noah kept his mouth shut, his workbook closed, and his pen lying to the side, unused. He stared out the window at the mountains in the distance. We should have just stayed there, skipped class and hung out, like you said. Everything sucks. Everything except for you. Miss Rose's voice droned on in the background while Noah paid her no mind. His eyes wandered from the mountains back to his desk. He opened up his workbook. It was filled with yesterday's notes, neat and tidy. He lifted his pen to the page next to it and harshly scribbled a line down the page, then another, and another, leaving muddy black ink over his white canvas. Before Noah knew it, the lunch bell was ringing, and he was the only one left in the classroom. He jumped up from his desk and stormed out of the room, searching for one person in particular. Hey! Noah finally spotted him. Mr. Floyd walked down the stairwell alone, his materials for the day held tightly in his arms. When Noah launched down the steps towards him, he dropped his books and papers everywhere. What's going on? Wordlessly, he bent down to pick up his dropped items, but Noah quickly advanced further towards him. I said, what's going on? Why have I been moved? Your parents requested it. But why? I was wrong. You shouldn't listen to my advice. What do you mean? Mr. Floyd paused, his face conflicted. His words were slow and drawn out, as if he was struggling to say them. My advice about August. You should ignore it. So you're telling me the way I feel is wrong after all? I'm sorry, Noah, but please don't speak to me again, or both of us will be in trouble. Huh? With his papers gathered, he continued down the stairs, leaving Noah alone with his anger. Fuck! He punched the wall, uncharacteristically filled with rage. I just want to be in the same class as August. This isn't fair. Noah! Hey. What's going on? What was all that this morning? Great question. I got escorted into Miss Rose's class this morning by the principal, and no one will tell me what's going on. They just keep saying that my parents made me move. But why? Kane's frown deepened, his usual teasing face replaced with something much more serious. They can't just do that. Apparently they can. Once again, they just want to ruin my life. I'm sorry. At least they didn't suddenly move me to another school. Shit could be worse, I guess. That still doesn't make it this fair. Fine, then I'm going to come sit in Miss Rose's class today. If we're allowed to just move around however we want. Don't. You'll just get in trouble. And what are they going to do? It's not worth it. I'll try to work it out. You want me to tell August? Not yet. Maybe I can fix this somehow. I'm going home now, so you don't have to wait for me after school. Won't that just get you in more trouble? Probably, but I really don't care. Oi. I can't blame him. I really cannot blame him. Alright, then I'll see you tomorrow. I'll see what I can do too. Kane gave Noah a wave before going back into the hallway. Filled with anger, Noah flew down the staircase and out into the streets, ignoring the calls from the teachers behind him. What's going on? What are you doing home? Class doesn't finish until this afternoon. Why did you get me moved into a different class? I'm very disappointed in you, Noah, for many reasons. Give me your phone, now. What? Why? Now. Frustrated, he whipped out his phone from his bag just in time to see the screen light up with a name he'd been waiting for all this time. August. But it was too late. She snatched it from his hand as he floundered to get it back. Wait, let me check that text. She looked down at the screen before sighing and switching the phone off. You're not having this back. From now on, you better only concentrate on school. I don't want any more nonsense from you. What? No more stopping places on the way home, and absolutely no hanging around this August anymore. I don't understand. Why did you make me move classes? Why are you punishing me for no reason? Go to your room. What about my tutoring later? We fired your tutor. I'll find you a new one soon. Huh? Tears threatened to overflow as he stomped back to his room and slammed the door shut, the echo traveling through the entire house. The asshole. He told her everything, didn't he? When they went to talk alone, he told her everything I said to him. He told me I was normal, but he told them everything. Now I see what happened. I shouldn't have trusted him. Fuck. He told me I was normal. Asshole. Noah collapsed on his bed, burying his tear-filled face into his mountain of pillows. He didn't even bother kicking his shoes off. It's not fair. Why does everyone want to ruin my life? I just want to be in the same class as him. At some point, his eyes began to feel heavy, and he fell into a sleep that finally stopped his tears. And the world kept moving around him. Kane, frustrated with his own inability to help, and August, who wondered if messaging Noah was too forward, especially as he was ignored. When Noah opened his eyes again, his room was already dark. His eyes felt puffy and his skin tight. He sat up from his bed and had turned on a lamp. In a mirror across the room, he saw his reflection. I look like crap. Maybe I should try that thing August said. He left the room and returned with his hands full of various products his mother owned. What's this all do anyway? Guess it's not surprising August uses this stuff. His skin looks really soft and smooth. I bet if I touched it, I bet it would feel really nice. He picked up a few random bottles of various sizes. Toner, cleanser, serum, eye cream. What is all this? Finally, he found the bottle he was searching for in a sea of other bottles. Light moisturizer. Maybe this will help. Awkwardly, he rubbed it over his face, waiting for something magical to happen. Well, I guess it feels a little fresher. The stuff is way too overpriced. He sighed, dropping the bottles onto his floor as he fell back onto his bed. Of course. He finally texts me and she takes my phone. Of course. The thing I've been waiting for. Maybe I should go over and talk to him. Otherwise, he'll think I'm ignoring him. Standing, he rested his hand on his doorknob before trying to turn it. Locked. What? I left just a minute ago. Did they seriously lock me in here? I guess leaving in the middle of the night is probably a bad idea anyways, but some fresh air would be good. With that thought, he pulled his window before he froze. They locked him in his room? In the window across from him, he saw him. August. A pair of headphones sat in his ears, and the sound of his soft humming came from behind his closed window. His bedroom, it's right across from mine? How did I not notice? He drew a shallow breath and held it, as if waiting for something to go wrong. For someone to take this away from him, too. But nothing happened. He searched through his room looking for something to throw. Pencils. Please let me not damage his window or hit him. Bang, bang, bang. He threw them one at a time, not too hard, lest someone in his house notice, but he hoped hard enough to attract August's attention. Before long, he saw August pull his headphones from his ears and look towards the window. His big green eyes were filled with surprise. He rushed towards the window and opened it, and a pencil soared over his head and into his room. Noah quickly slid out of his window and sat atop the windowsill. August copied him doing the same. Aww. Noah! Shh! Or someone will notice. Aww. He whispered in return, raising his finger to his lips. August nodded knowingly, as if he understood exactly what was going on. I had no clue my bedroom faced yours. Noah could have sworn he saw a dusting of pink on August's face as he chuckled quietly. I noticed the other day. I thought you already knew. I shut my curtains when I get changed, don't I? I don't know how I didn't notice. I'm sorry about ignoring your text. I didn't get to read it because my mom took my phone. She says I can't have it back. What? Why? Because his parents are just unreasonable. Unreasonably toxic. I can't tell him what I said to Mr. Floyd. I confided in Mr. Floyd about a personal issue, and he gave me some advice. But then he went and told everything to my parents anyway. And now everything is ruined. They made me move classes, they took my phone, and they said I'm not allowed to talk to you anymore. And everything is just a mess. Sorry, I should have told you earlier. It'll be okay. Don't worry about the message either. It's not your fault. I wanted to be in the same class as you. As me? I just like spending time with you. And Kane too, of course. I wish we could be in the same class too. Sorry, I don't want to make you feel even worse. Then I'll just move classes as well. What? Are you serious? Well, I'll ask my dad if he can organize it or not, but either way, we can still hang out, right? You don't have to do that. I'm sure you have other friends in class apart from me. August shook his head and gave Noah his signature smile. I want to spend my time with you. But you don't find me annoying? Aw, they're so cute. As if August could read his mind, he smiled gently towards Noah. He paused. You and Kane showed me what it's like to have real friends. I don't want to lose that. Oh, right, Kane. Noah! Don't forget about Kane! Noah scratched at the back of his head awkwardly, annoyed at himself for jumping to conclusions. I'll tell him about the plan too. Yeah, probably a good idea. All of a sudden, August went quiet, and he peered through the darkness towards Noah. Noah became as still as a statue, freezing up completely under his scrutinous eyes. What? Did you use moisturizer? Ah! Busted! Yeah. I just thought I'd try it since he said it was good. Noah glanced away, filled with embarrassment, just in time to see a flash. He took a picture. Oh. In August's hand, a pink camera. He smiled from behind it as it printed out a picture. A picture of Noah. Did you just... I used the film we bought at the store together. See? What the? You should just throw that away. You don't need a picture of me. No chance. I think I want to hang it up in my room. If you're going to do that, then we should just take one together. We can do that, but I want to keep this one too. That's kind of embarrassing. Really? I like it. Whenever I feel lonely, looking at my photos makes me feel happier. Oh. You you can just come see me instead. From behind him, Noah heard the sound of something being unlocked. With a feeling of dread in his stomach, he jumped back in his window. I think my mom's here. I gotta go. Good night. Good night, Noah. Sleep well. Noah's door swung open just as he managed to retreat back under his covers. His heart was still beating hard, so hard that it was almost painful. Ugh. Because I nearly got caught? No, because I like August a lot. I like him. Here in bed? I was going to bring you dinner. I'm not hungry. Fine. Straight home from school tomorrow. Do you understand? Can I stay at a friend's place this weekend? Noah's mother crossed her arms, obviously not impressed by his question. Which friend? She knows if I say Kane's now, I'll just be in more trouble. August. Kane is coming too. No, you're not allowed over at his house, and you're grounded anyway. Good night, Noah. Ugh. You guys, they only care about their own reputation, and that drives me up a wall. She shut the door behind her before Noah could even think of a response. Good night, Mom. Alone, as always. And on the other side of his window, someone that made him feel together. Oh, shit. Chapter 2! Chapter 2! Well, I made it to chapter 2. Well, I'm gonna save on page 2 then. Awake, asleep, awake, asleep. An ever-turning, ever-tumbling rock rolling down a hill that never ends. Whoa, the music got really ominous. For one that had given up on reality, it was two sides of the same coin. Whether he was awake, whether he was asleep, what did it matter in the end? Why did it matter when both realities were filled with nightmares? Why did it matter when no matter what he did, nothing could heal that hollow feeling where his heart used to be? Noah's eyes began to focus. How long he had been sitting in front of his easel, awake, he did not know. Once again, his painting stared back at him, complete, rolling green hills that melted away into nothing. A world so meaningless, so fragile, an entire existence that depended on one person. Yet, Noah felt himself enamored. His fingers trailed over the long, dried paint. He could still feel the wind on his skin, the earth beneath his feet, and the bite of metal pressing into his wrist as he approached a castle straight out of a fantasy. And the expression on the man that called himself Crow's face. August. Should you really be trailing your fingers over that? You! Ah! Noah jumped from his stool, instantly spinning around to hide his painting behind him, as if it was something shameful. I forgot about this guy. Fuck! I can do whatever I want with my own stuff. Hurry up and get out of here before you call the police. The white-haired man stood with his arms crossed and my stars, I can't read. The white-haired man stood with his arms crossed and a look of what Noah would almost call nothingness on his face. Asshole, he's just mocking me. What are you painting? None of your business. What's the problem? Just show me. Oh, we got choices! Hang on. This is the first choices we got. No. I saved, right? Yeah, okay. I don't want to show him. He's been an asshole so far. He just barged in. Nah. The problem is, I don't want to show you. Ivan kept his perfectly straight, uninterested expression glued to his face as he stared Noah down. Fucking asshole. You probably already saw earlier while I was sleeping anyway. Whatever. Enjoy. Okay. Yeah, sure. Whatever, my guy. Defeated, Noah's shoulder slumped as he stepped to the side. Ivan, in return, stepped forward to take his place, leaning in close to examine the careful brushstrokes. It's a painting of a dream I had. That's all. Nosy, Ivan left behind a finished painting and instead focused on the mounds of unfinished and broken canvases that littered the room that was once a living room. And why are so many half-complete and broken? Why does it matter? Just curious. Just leave already. If you're looking for money, I don't have any. Go find someone else to harass. I'm not looking for money. And I'm not interested in talking to strangers. Ivan smiled lopsidedly. I just noticed he got like cat slits in his eyes. He got like the cat irises. Looking at the way you live, I doubt you have much interest in talking to anyone. Excuse me. Thanks for the commentary on my life that I didn't ask for, jackass. What the hell do you want from me? Didn't I tell you last night? I've taken an interest in you. And there's something I wanted to confirm. And that is, kind sir, spit it out already, then leave. I'm tired. I just wanted to see how someone that could jump into dreams handled reality. Huh. How the fuck do you know that? Noah's eyes went wide. Ivan looked towards his easel once again, smiling at the painting that laid completed. I have no clue what you're talking about. Guess this recording is fake then. His phone pulled from his pockets. Ivan turned the screen to face Noah. On it, a recording of Noah and Cain walking side by side before suddenly disappearing. All the color drained from Noah's face. You wanted me to leave, right? Sure. See ya. Wait! Changed your mind? Noah's eyes instantly went back to the marking that ran up Ivan's body. How did you know about that? At that exact moment, the door to Noah's apartment opened with a creak that seemed to drag on for too long. Someone rushed inside before suddenly freezing in place. A deep frown was engraved into his brow at the sight of Ivan. Cain! What the? Who's this? Cain, there's a stranger in my house. Please get him the fuck out. Thank you for the hydrate, Lila. Cain, help. Cain, help. Cain. Please help. Ivan looked at him completely deadpan before turning his head towards Noah. Do you just let anyone in? That's unsafe. Hey, I asked you a question. Ivan lazily looked back towards Cain, disinterested. I'm Ivan. He didn't bother asking for Cain's name in return. Okay, Ivan, what are you doing in Noah's apartment? Noah, do you know this guy? This guy knows about entering dreams and those markings. Just who is he? His markings. Suddenly getting pulled into a dream, people turning up dead. I can't let him leave yet. Relax, Cain. We're friends. Old friends. He's no friend I've ever met. It's been a long time. I met Ivan before I met you. Right. Right, fine, whatever. But I need to talk to you. Cain side-eyed Ivan, who simply stood with his arms crossed over his chest, not moving. Be my guest. Alone. Kane caught Noah's arm and pulled him into the kitchen, a frown set into his brow. Please tell me I didn't dream up everything that happened. Wait, I mean, it was a dream, but was it real too? It was. This is insane. What's more insane was that we were forced in. I've never seen that happen before. Forced in? Something pulled us into that dream. For some reason. You've been watching the news about the people turning up dead. I think that's what's happening with the dreams. Might be connected to that. What? Why? How? At this point, I suppose I should just be honest with him. That was the first dream I was pulled into. That wasn't the first dream I was pulled into. Before, I saw my father get shot, and the next day, he was dead. You what? Kane stumbled backwards, a few steps into the kitchen bench. Maybe it's just a coincidence. Do you really think that could be a coincidence? But if it's not, then you're saying, what, someone killed him in his dream? Maybe. It's possible. And what could you even do about it? Well, if something's going on, I don't want you to be in danger. Please, just forget about it. But for the first time in years, I can paint again. If I go back again, will I be able to do another? Will I be able to finally put my brush to canvas again? Noah, your silence is beginning to frighten me. Noah's voice was barely a whisper, nothing more than a wisp. I finished 2 paintings. What? Kane, I haven't been able to paint in years. Every time I tried, it's like my hand wouldn't move. But now? What does this have to do with the dreams and murders? It's because of them. Since I went back, I've been able to do it. Noah, there's a million safer options to inspire your creativity. It's not about inspiration. This is different. You wouldn't understand. I'd understand a lot more if you explained yourself to me occasionally. Noah looked towards the paint-splattered kitchen floor. There's nothing left in this world to inspire me. I tried everything, and look at where that left me. I have nothing. I've been trying to help you. Trying to inspire you. Thank you for trying. Well, thanks for trying and all that. I just wish I could be enough. Kane shook his head before looking Noah in the eyes. I'm happy for you, Noah. Happy that you're getting back into painting. All I want is for you to be happy. Kane dragged his fingers over the kitchen counter before inspecting the layers of dust with a sigh. Let me help you get this place cleaned up. There's no need. I'm fine with it like this. It'll just get messy again anyway. Fine. There's something else I wanted to talk about anyway. Noah, about August. Noah's entire body froze up. Or Crow. Or whatever he said his name was. What was that? I don't know. Our poor boys. No, even I want to believe that was him. But August is dead. It couldn't have been. You don't know that. Kane jumped in surprise at Noah's furious tone. You don't know that it could be him. Step, step, step. The sound of the footsteps against dirty floorboards. Someone entered the kitchen. Ivan walked past the two, paying them no mind, and headed for the fridge. He opened it, blinked twice, then closed it again. Where's all the food? Can you not read the room a little? Why? What's there to read? Oh my stars, you annoy me. We're having a private discussion here. Leave. I'm a guest here. It's not your house, so I don't have to do what you say. It's not your house either. Have some respect. That's where you're wrong. Huh? We were just discussing about me moving in. Seems our friend Noah here has been looking for a roommate. That was the final straw. Kane took long strides towards Ivan and caught him by the collar, glaring down into his face. Kane! Who the hell do you think you are? Equally, something snapped within Ivan, who shoved him back with an annoyed expression on his face. He looked pretty fucking happy 2 seconds ago. Huh? You think you can lecture me? It's none of your business who I am. You think you're so much better than me. You burst in just as Noah and I were having a private discussion too. Read the room a little next time, will you? Oh my stars. Ha. Look, I'm tired. I don't care if you two are going to fight, but go do it somewhere else. This guy obviously won't listen to me. Noah, tell him to leave already. You can't seriously be thinking about living together with him. No, I wasn't, but that's what it takes. I think it would be better off if you left, Kane. You need to cool your head. We can talk later. I don't want Kane to leave, though. Noah. Oh. Ivan stepped away from Kane, his hands up in the air as if in defeat. You should listen to him. Fine, if that's what you want. Stay safe, Noah. And don't do anything stupid. I'll come back tomorrow. No promises. Fine. See you later. The door shut behind him with a click. The silence stretched onwards and onwards until Noah finally spoke up. How do you know about the dream world? I'm hungry. I don't care. Answer my question. Too hungry to answer. Then go out and buy something to eat. I can't. Why? I don't have any money. So you're after my money after all. No disrespect, but you don't look like the type with any money yourself. It's not my job to feed you. And it's not my job to answer your questions. You, sir, annoy me. Ugh. Noah turned and stormed out of the front door, with Ivan following along behind him. The light from outside burned Noah's tired eyes. He tried desperately to shield himself from the brightness, but in the end gave up, his hand hanging uselessly at his side. Behind him, Noah could hear quickly approaching footsteps, light and quick, before a man with white hair appeared beside him. His face was still blank and uninterested, as if nothing would ever be able to faze him. Noah only looked away for a moment, a disgruntled sigh escaping his lips. And the moment he looked back, Ivan bit into a ripe red apple. Where did you get that? Ivan waved back over his shoulder, absent-mindedly, as if the question didn't interest him. Back there somewhere. Did he just steal an apple? He so just stole an apple. You paid for that, right? Why does that matter? You're trouble. You can't just do that. Why not? Because you have to pay for it. You can't just take whatever you want. You still haven't given me a reason why. Ugh. With a groan, Noah reached into his pocket and pulled out his wallet. Inside a few coins and a credit card that was quickly running out of money. With a deep apology, Noah paid the roadside stall holder before catching back up with Ivan, who had already finished his apple and thrown the core down an alleyway. Why do you care? No one saw me, and no one would have noticed it missing. I care because it's the wrong thing to do. Your morals sure are confusing. Ugh. What's that supposed to mean? Ivan shrugged. You're the one happy for people to die as long as you can paint again, right? Ain't nobody said that. So you were eavesdropping. You talk loudly. No frown in response, but Ivan spoke again before he could. Let's go in there. Why there? Ivan nodded towards an old diner. The kind of place that tried desperately to be cool, but everything they did came off as outdated. The tables were mostly empty. Ivan just shrugged and entered first, leaving Noah by himself on the sidewalk. What's going on? The few people that sat in the restaurant turned to look at the two as they came in. At first, Noah felt overly self-conscious, their gaze is sticking to his skin like tar. But then he noticed they had no interest in him. All of their eyes were focused on Ivan alone. Probably because of how he's dressed. Yet Ivan didn't pay them any mind. Without even blinking, he strode past to take a booth in the corner, far from both the door and any other people. He doesn't even care about all these people staring at him. If anyone could be describable as marching to their own beat, it's this guy. Huh. Uncomfortable, Noah took the seat across from Ivan. Something wrong? Everyone's staring this way. And? Doesn't that make you uncomfortable? Let me tell you a secret. No one gives a shit about you or about me or about anyone. I mean, he's not wrong. In a minute, they'll go back to what they were doing and forget I was ever here. I'll fade away like a memory from the distant past. Why would I care about someone's fleeting thoughts? Let's just eat. Why would I care about someone's fleeting... Sorry, my nose decided to self-implode. Ah! Take allergy meds? No, still doesn't like life. What to do against pollen? I don't know. Why would I care about someone's fleeting thoughts? If only it was so easy for me to disregard. Noah opened up the menu, unsurprised to see a page full of word art, stock images, and jokes years outdated. No wonder it's so empty. What's that? What's what? In your hand. The menu? Ivan opened it, frowning at the words on the page. Is there a problem? No, just get me whatever you're having. Fine. Can I take your orders? Yeah. Noah cleared his throat awkwardly. When was the last time he'd ordered food at a restaurant? Can we just get a couple of, burgers? No problem. Anything to drink? Noah's mind wandered back to his empty wallet. Just water, please. Coming right up. Her bubbliness was at odds with the musty, aged environment. You don't look like a stutterer, not used to talking to people. That's hilarious coming from someone with no social awareness. Do you ever actually leave your house? That's none of your business. So no, I understand. You're shut in. We're not so different. Sure about that? It's not like that. I decided I didn't want to leave. It's a decision I made. That's what shut-ins say. Okay. You got jokes. We got jokes. Look, I really don't care what you think about me. I just want you to tell me how you knew about... Noah lowered his voice, his eyes shifting to the other customers. Let me fix my mic. Okay. About the dream thing. That's simple. I can do the same thing. You can enter dreams too? Ivan nodded, sipping the water the waitress had left behind. Aren't you going to give me some kind of explanation? There's not anything to explain. You asked how I knew, and I told you. That's a lot to explain. I don't know about you, but I've never met another person like me. How did you get in? When? How often do you do it? What does it mean? Ivan shrugged again, more occupied with the water than with Noah's questions. I'd rather talk about it somewhere else. And where would that be? I already brought you here. Before either of them could continue the argument, the bright and friendly waitress brought back their food, sitting the 2 plates down on the dingy table. The grease from the burger pooled on the plate, making the unappetizing meal all the more disgusting. But that didn't seem to bother Ivan, who dug right in. Begrudgingly, Noah followed suit. At the same time, he struggled to rip his eyes away from the strange man. Dreams, death, those markings. I shouldn't bring up the deaths yet. If it's true that people are getting murdered in their dreams and this guy can jump into dreams, not until I can trust him. So, where did you end up? What do you mean? Whose dream? Someone you know? My teachers from high school. Huh. Interesting. Actually, can I use your phone? Sure. Do I want to know how you got it? Probably. Probably not. Here. Noah picked up the phone. It was a nondescript black phone with no lock. He opened up the red browser, his fingers hovering over the screen. Let's see. Emery Floyd. Links to the website from all over popped up in Noah's search. Finally, he found something. A phone number. Right under a picture of Mr. Floyd, smiling brightly next to a man he'd never seen before. What am I doing? This won't mean anything. That was all a dream. His apology meant nothing. Why did you do it to me? Instantly, the phone buzzed, making Noah jump. Ivan ate his burger, paying him no mind. Who is this? Oh, we're texting him. I thought we were gonna call him. Noah. The phone lit up again, but this time with a phone call. Noah stared at the phone screen, debating what he should do before it timed out. Can we meet up and talk? I can come to you, wherever you are. I don't want to meet up. This was a mistake. Forget it. Please. Without a second thought, he slid the phone over the table, back towards Ivan, who had just finished eating. Can you please answer my questions now? Sure. With a lopsided smile, Ivan reached over the table and took Noah by the hand before he could question anything. Everything went black and the world fell away into pieces. No matter how many times it happened, he'd never get used to it. He didn't want to. But somewhere, deep down in his mind, a crazy part of him had started to crave it. Noah only opened his eyes again when he fell into something soft. Mere moments later, the wind was knocked out of his lungs as Ivan landed safely on top of him. Oh, jeez. Thanks, Ivan. What the hell are you doing? Hey, get off me! We hadn't even paid yet. Once again, your morals confuse me. Anyways, like I said, it doesn't matter. No one saw. We'll be on camera. You think I'm that naive? Why do you think I picked that restaurant and that dingy corner table? There were no cameras facing back there. Ivan, quickly leaving Noah behind, took a few bouncy steps forward, looking somewhat impressed. Bouncy? At that moment, Noah realized why the landing was so soft. Below him, soft white clouds had cushioned his fall. Where are we? Whose dream is this? I'm no meteorologist, but I'd say we're on a cloud in the sky. No shit! How would I know whose dream it is? Someone's having a midday nap, I guess. It's dangerous to jump into a dream without realizing where you'll end up. And? I do it all the time, and I'm fine. Fine might be a stretch. I think you got a few screws loose. Since when did you care for your own personal well-being so much anyway? What's that supposed to mean? Nothing in particular. Look, whatever. Just answer my questions. I don't have any answers for you. What? I imagine I'm the same as you. Got the ability as a child. No clue why. I don't bother questioning it. You said you'd answered my questions. Well, I did. I don't know. That's my answer. I hate you. You drive me up a wall, Ivan. Then why bother bringing me here? Being out there makes me tired. Oh, also, I didn't want to pay for lunch. This guy. You're the only person I've ever met that's like me. And that's enough to make me and other people interested. I'm getting out of here. Running away again? I'm not running away from anything. You brought me here for absolutely no reason with a promise of answers you don't even have. I was an idiot to believe someone like you would know something. Ivan's eyebrow twitched, something Noah wouldn't usually notice about someone. But even a slight change to Ivan's impassive face was hard to miss. Someone like me. Yeah, someone like you. Have you ever looked in a mirror? You and I are the same. Are we now? Are we? Because you look like you're about to be a supermodel walking down the runway strutting his stuff. I look like a struggling artist. I'm not. You're not what? You know nothing, just like me. You have no one, just like me. I have Kane. That's more than you. You are no one, just like me. Oh. No one wanted to tell him just how wrong he was, but words failed him. Because it's true. I have nothing. Ivan smirked. Why are you a shut-in? There's nothing left in my life to live for. And yet here you are, alive. Something's keeping you going. If there's nothing left for you out there, then what about in here? In dreams? No. Well, how about it? Fancy abandoning reality with me? Huh? Abandon reality? No. No, we can't. Why ask the hard questions? No. We can't abandon reality. There's more to life than just giving up. There's a lot more out there than just living in our dreams. Well, metaphorical dreams in this case. I don't know what you're talking about. Abandon reality? And what's the alternative? If that's your response, then you're not ready for the answer. Right. Forget all that. Can I ask you something? And have an actual answer this time? Noah took Ivan's lack of a response as a yes. Have you ever been pulled into a dream against your will? Pulled into a dream? He raised an eyebrow slightly as if the notion interested him. No, I don't think that's possible. It's happened to me twice in the past few days. Interesting. Without even a word, Ivan turned in his place and started walking, quickly finding his footing on the clouds. Noah, taking significantly longer to find his footing, raced after him. Where are you going? Hey, I thought we were talking. To look around. Why? What else would I do? Sit around twiddling my thumbs? Help yourself. With a nonchalant shrug, Ivan turned away from Noah and pounded over the clouds. In the distance, a tall golden gate loomed over the horizon. Are we in heaven? Hello? Who's dreaming about heaven? And in front of it, a long queue of people. Noah couldn't help but notice the uncharacteristically smile on Ivan's face. It was the first time he looked like he was truly having fun. Side by side, Ivan led Noah through the crowd, pushing through the front despite the glares and angry explanations from those that had been already queued. Where exactly are we? At the front of the line, a man stood on the other side of the Golden Gate, a bored expression on his face. Then it clicked. This is meant to be heaven? I guess we're dead then. Huh? Run that by me again? What do you mean we're dead? Except I doubt either of us would be going to heaven, so we're probably still alive after all. Thanks, Ivan. Thank you so much. But if it was, would I see him? I wouldn't mind then. Hey, man behind the gate, open it. Papers. His voice was dry and uninterested. I don't have any. Open up the gate. No papers, no entry. Just open up the gate. The guard just tapped on the small golden sign that read papers required for entry. That's bullshit. Who needs papers to get into heaven? Wait, why do you want to go in? We need to leave. What? Why would I want to leave? We can't just stay here forever. Why not? Are you insane? Seriously, we have to go. Let's find whoever's dream this is and leave. Look, I don't really care what you do. I'm going in. You can stay out here. Whatever. I'll see you back at our place later. My place. Sure, whatever. With a click of his fingers, what resembled a skateboard without wheels appeared out of thin air and into Ivan's hand. Noah blinked a few times, staring at the object that hadn't existed just a moment ago. See ya. With no effort whatsoever, Ivan stepped onto the board, which slowly floated up and into the air. How are you doing that? With a yell and a smirk, Ivan called back over his shoulders before disappearing over the gate. I'm a Grim Reaper. Suddenly alone, those words rested on Noah's mind. Is he actually? Oh, what? I've never been able to affect a dream like that. It's like he has as much power over it as the person who owns it. Alone, Noah's eyes turned back towards the queue. Faces upon faces that looked almost familiar, but not. That was until his eyes landed upon someone who was familiar, though. Noah winced, his hands at his sides balling into fists. My brother? Oh dear. He looked exactly the same as the last time Noah had seen him. Black and white hair and dark red eyes that seemed to search for any kind of weakness. Anyone but him. There has to be someone else. Some other way to leave. Noah's eyes scanned the area, desperately searching for something he knew didn't exist when he suddenly froze. His breath caught in his throat. His fist relaxed, then balled again, his nails digging into his palm. Blonde hair and green eyes, a calm demeanor, and a gentle smile as he sat perched atop the Golden Gate. He waved, and suddenly nothing else mattered. Maybe I'm dead after all. August. A word so simple to say in theory, but the sound caught in Noah's throat. Crow. The man named Crow dropped down from the gate, landing softly amongst the clouds. Somehow he seemed to fit in perfectly. As if he was an angel himself. Noah! Oh. I didn't expect to see you here. This must be fate. Meaning the last time we met was purposeful? Crow gave no answers to his question, instead electing to smile once more. Did you come here by yourself? I came with someone. Someone else? He blinked a few times, obviously not expecting that answer. He left a little while ago, over the gate. I see. In an absent-minded fashion, Crow slowly inched closer to the edge of the clouds, staring out at the wide blue ocean of sky. Man, my reading today sucks. Yeah. A sight like this makes me want to float away in the clouds for the rest of eternity. A silence followed his statement. Noah's mind was racing. He stared at Crow's profile, unsure of what to say. Do you feel the same? He scratched at the back of his neck, thinking. I think I'd get a little bored floating through the crowds for the rest of my life. The warm smile returned. Time to contemplate oneself is important too. Even if it's not for eternity, you should try it. Contemplate oneself. He doesn't talk like August. Don't you think instead of floating away in it, taking a picture would be better? Noah phrased his question simply, but for him this question meant a lot. All of a sudden, a light and airy laugh escaped his lips. What a peculiar question. Right. Noah's shoulders sank. But now that you mention it, a photo would be nice. Then it would last forever. Who are you? I'm Crow. What's your real name? Crow. Please, August. 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 Noah shook his head, letting out an exhale at the same time. Fine, if you don't want to tell me, then you can keep your secret. I was reading that. I'm Cloudwatch. Oh, I can play history. Oh, no. Fine, if you don't want to tell me, then you can keep your secret. But what are you doing here? I'm cloud watching. Cloud watching? He's not real. He's just a part of the dream, isn't he? A figment of my imagination here to torment me. I need to go. I have to find a way to leave. In an instant, Crow reached out and took a hold of Noah's arm. Wait a moment, please. What for? You always seem to be rushing from place to place, yet at the same time stuck. It takes this time to relax, a moment's respite. I can't relax here. Why not? Why not? That's because it's not real. Everything here is fake. How could I relax in a place like this? A sad smile played on Crow's lips. Perhaps to you everything here is fake, and perhaps you're right. But how does the wind feel, blowing like so through your hair? How do the clouds feel beneath your feet? Have you ever experienced anything like this before? No. Then, personally, I believe this place is real enough. You know, he does got a point. It is real to the people who actually get to physically experience it, like how they can. Albeit at the same time, it's not real. Aww. With little regard for any notion of falling, Crow sat upon the edge of the cloud and dangled his feet off of the side, a smile like a sunrise still upon his face. Only a moment later, and he looked back up at Noah, patting the spot beside him. Hesitating feels like something he'd do. Noah hesitated for a moment. I should leave. I want to leave, but... Reluctantly, Noah sat down beside the man. He peered over the edge, Whoa! That is beautiful! Oh my stars. Could you guys just imagine sitting on the cloud and just like laying back and just watching everything? Oh, that sounds so fun. He peered over the edge, taking in the view. The world stretched onwards and outwards, much further than the eye could see. White, fluffy clouds lazily rolled by, looking just as soft as the one he sat upon. Whether you find this world to be real or not, there's so much to see, so much to experience, if you'll just open your eyes. By the way, you've been looking tired lately. Have you not been sleeping well? Something about this man forced Noah to be honest. No, I haven't slept well in a long time. Why not rest now? Crow lightly patted his lap, while Noah just stared at him in disbelief. I'm not going to sleep in someone else's dream. Yet in his mind, he saw August's hand running through his hair. He heard his gentle voice humming as he closed his eyes. It's your choice. I wouldn't let anything happen to you. Are you a part of this dream? Perhaps I am. Perhaps I'm not. Doesn't matter. It does. For all I know, I could be talking to a figment of someone's imagination. A curious look came from upon the blonde's face. What makes a person real? I don't know. Then I'll leave it to you once again. Decide which you think is real. That's not a real answer. Crow laughed again. I exist right now, in this very second. That's enough. A comfortable silence came to rest between them. That's sweet. Can I even say I truly exist? Noah, facing out towards the wide blue expanse, carefully watched Crow out of the corner of his eyes. Crow isn't a real name. Crow isn't a real name. It's not. I said Crow isn't a real name, but how many of these dating sims have we played now where we ran across a crow? He seemed honestly, genuinely surprised. Well, I don't think it is. I could change my name for you if you'd like. He's really sticking to his story. Don't worry about it. Noah facing it. Oh. You didn't see Ivan? So, you didn't see Ivan? Ivan? He's the one I came here with. Kind of short, dyed hair. No, I can't say. I did. He just left you here? We're not exactly friends. He wanted to hang around. I wanted to leave. Then I'll stay with you for a while. Noah. What were you doing here? What were you doing here before I got here? What was I doing? Waiting, I suppose. Waiting? Wait, what for? Nothing in particular. I spent a lot of time waiting, thinking, contemplating. I can't even say how long I've been here for. Crow's hair gently swayed in the breeze. He seemed right at home here, amongst the clouds. Can I ask you for something? Can I ask you something else? Always. Have you heard of some kind of dark figure coming through dreams? Perhaps you mean the Reaper. The Reaper? A Grim Reaper? What is that? Just a nickname. I've heard whispered here and there. I don't know much, but I heard where he travels, a nightmare follows. People have been turning up dead back in the real world. I think I've witnessed one of the murders here in a dream. Is that possible? Anything is possible. Everything's a non-answer with you. They talk about it on the news. They say the bodies are covered in these vine marks. A side effect that dreams have on the human body sometimes. Ivan. May I ask a question too? Go ahead. Why did you stop coming into dreams? What are you talking about? You used to spend so much time here, and now, hasn't it been years? How do you know that? Crow shrugged, another cryptic laugh escaping his lips. You want to know my honest answer? No matter where I go, I'm surrounded by darkness. I thought that I could escape it here. And I was wrong. It's as simple as that. There's no point in me being here. It doesn't change anything. Darkness, lies, hate, it all breeds here. I think I understand. This world is a lonely one full to the brim of ugly truths. But if I may express my own thoughts on the matter, I wonder how different your real world is, What? Before Noah had any chance to voice his thoughts, Crow jumped to his feet with a bright smile. With ease, he held out a hand to Noah, waiting for him to take it. Have you ever danced amidst the clouds, Noah? Of course not. Noah stared at Crow's outreached hand. Oh my stars. I don't wanna. I don't know for a fact if you're real or not. I'm not in the mood for dancing. I should have saved there, damn it. Oh well. That's okay too. The two looked back towards the long queue of people. It hadn't gotten any shorter. In fact, it didn't seem to have moved at all. Nobody's got papers. Would you like to leave now? Noah wasn't sure himself. What did he want? I should. Of course you do. You have a life to go back to. Slightly peppier, Crow spoke up again. Do you know whose dream this is? My brother's. Crow nodded silently. And the two of you aren't on friendly terms? Nope. How do you know that? Just a hunch. You magical. Would you like me to speak with him? No, I should deal with it myself. Then, at the very least, I'll come with you. Something tells me that leaving won't be simple. Oh, wait, before we go to speak to him, as if he had suddenly remembered something, Crow reached into his pockets and revealed a handful of little white pouches. What are these? Dream blockers. Dream blockers? Well, to be honest, I just named them now. You're worried someone's going around killing people, right? Worried might be an overstatement, but if you give these to a dreamer, no one will be able to enter their dreams again. Ever. And this should stop anything from happening. I don't know if I'll even be back in any dreams after this. You should keep them. Please, I insist. Perhaps you don't know me, but I feel as though I know you very well, and I think these will come in handy. No matter what you decide to do. With nothing to argue, Noah took the charms, putting them into his pocket. Let's go talk to him. In only a few moments, Noah and Crow had found their way back to the line. People here and there called out, angry at the amount of time it was taking. The person at the front was busy arguing with the gate guard. Each step towards his brother was difficult, as if his feet were made of lead. But eventually, he couldn't drag them any longer. Asher? He got that intimidating aura. Fuck! I feel like he's just gonna smite me down just by looking at him. The man turned towards the voice that called his name, but his face became blank when he saw Noah. Do I know you? Love you too, fam. Love you too. It's Noah. I don't know anyone called Noah. Okay. Perhaps in this dream, he's not your brother. That's not that different to how he thinks of me in the real world either, then. You're August, right? Oh, Didn't you die or something? What the fuck, Richard? Noah's eyes narrowed at the man in front of him. My name's Crow. Huh. You look just like my old neighbor that no one liked. Shut up. You have no right to talk to him like that. For real. Even in a dream, I just want to punch you in the face. Asher's eyes suddenly lit up in recognition. If it isn't the spoiled brat. Oh, great. Googly moogly. We made him remember me. Lovely. Oh, so you finally recognized me. Took you long enough. That's no way to talk to your older brother. How about showing a little respect? Respect my fist up your face. How about getting fucked? No, dear, we don't threaten him with good times. Go away. Besides, ain't nobody touching that with a rusty pole. Ahem. Forget it. The two of us would like to leave, and I'd also like to give you something. Noah's fingers played with the white charm. On the one hand, he knew it was the right thing to do, but on the other... But eventually his mind outweighed his heart, and he extended a hand with the charm in it. Asher looked at it before shaking his head. I don't want shit from you. I just want to get through the gate. Just take it. Are you deaf? I said I don't want it. Take the damn charm. Then we'll just leave if that's okay with you. No one's leaving. Can't you see that everyone's stuck here, idiot? Please. Please, somebody. Somebody end him. Maybe you need to get your eyes tested. Hey! Crow remained calm as Noah's temper instantly boiled over. Fuck, so this is how it's going to be. Nothing's ever easy. Shall I help you work this out? Yeah. So what you want to go through there? Why the fuck would I be standing in this line or otherwise? Oh my stars, you don't belong in heaven! Let's get this damn line moving already then. Okay, it's an escape. Oh. Okay. I gotta talk to everybody? You. I wonder what's actually holding everything up. I don't know, but it must be a big deal for a line this long to form. Why don't we ask? From behind the pair, could tell the person at the front of the line was young, probably no older than 17. With short, dark hair, he faced forwards towards the gate, arguing with the man on the other side. Excuse me. It's me! Oh. August? Crow looked at Noah in surprise for a moment before his eyes went back to the young man in front of him. Well, this is a first. You can call me August if you want. What happened? Where's your glasses? What's with your clothes? Well... Crow raised a single finger to his lips in a shh motion, then winked at him. That's a secret. With only a simple action, the younger Noah's face was already beet red, and he fidgeted with the edges of his clothing. But as soon as his eyes hit Noah's, he frowned. What are you looking at? I'm you! Unfortunately, you're looking at your future. Okay. I don't think this is what they meant. By, what would you say to your younger self? That's for sure. Huh? I didn't even say anything. Did I say you did? I said, what are you looking at, idiot? You little... Don't hit yourself. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Let's not fight, okay? Noah. Yes. Oh, I sorry. They both went yes. Huh? Your name is Noah too? How about you try using your eyes? Before he could finish his sentence, Crow pulled on Noah's sleeve, then put his lips to his ears in a whisper. I don't think there's any point in telling him who you are. It would just be distressing for him. He's not even real. I'm Noah. You are real, and he is not you. That much is true. Two plus two equals fish. But you are not. He is a reflection of what you once were. Don't you think you should show yourself some kindness? Kindness. If you want, I could talk to him. Alright, he'll probably be more receptive to you. I'm not that annoying, am I? Crow laughed, a light, airy sound. This, Noah, is simply how Asher imagined you. Don't take it too personally. Right. What are you two whispering about? August? We were just talking about how I want to do something to help you. For me? Would that be okay? Of course. I want to help you get through these gates. Do you know what's stopping you? Younger Noah frowned, glaring at the man on the other side of the gate. This asshole won't let me through, even though I brought my papers. You missed the signature, bottom right of the page. Why does it matter? The guard turned around, not caring to continue the discussion. Why don't you just sign it then? Obviously, I didn't bring a pen. Doesn't an artist always have a pen? How did you know I'm an artist? Just a hunch. Well, whatever. I don't have one. Then would you like us to bring you one? Yeah. Depending on who he was talking to, his temperament seemed to completely change. That fact didn't escape Noah. Then we'll be back soon. Don't go anywhere, okay? Wait. Don't go yet. There's something I wanted to tell you. Crow blinked a few times, unsure of how to respond. Oh, Noah. You can tell me after, can't you? There's always next time. So be patient, okay? Okay. Good boy. We'll be back. He still looked like he had something to say to Crow as the pair walked away. Something to tell you, huh? Who's this? Second from the front line, a woman in a dress suit and glasses let out a huff as she gazed at the man on the other side of the gate. Why does she look like that? I suppose Ashley didn't have that much attachment to her. It takes considerable mental power of the dreamer to create completely lifelike people. So sometimes people end up like this. I suppose that's not all that different to the real world. How many people do you pass on the street, never to remember or think of again? Can we talk to her? We should be able to. Excuse me, miss? Miss? Did you just call me miss? Professor Pearson, please. Have some respect. God, this is going to be fun, isn't it? Sure, my bad. Your bad what? Look, sorry. I think we got off on the wrong foot, Professor Pearson. At least your limited mental facilities let you remember my name. Oh, it's gonna drive me crazy. You told me it 2 seconds ago. Is there something I can help you with? Actually, we were going to ask you the same thing. Me? Needing assistance from others. Well, you're stuck here just like everyone else. Without any fault of my own, unlike some. She glared daggers at the person standing in front of her in line. What if we tell you that with your assistance, we can get this line moving? I would say that you consider me a fool. No, really, that's what we're doing. Suddenly the professor leaned forward, pushing her shadowy glasses further up her face. I feel like I recognize you. Are you one of my students? No. Sorry, I don't think so. A light bulb went off in Noah's mind. Wait, unless you mean Asher. He's my brother. Asher. Asher. Yes, I remember him. A smart mind, yet with no dedication. To put it in simpler terms, he half-asses everything he does. But he's always been an overachiever. An overachiever? No, he failed my class. He what? Her voice seemed to falter for a moment, becoming softer. It was a great shame because his aptitude for learning was real. Wow. Then why? She shrugged. I could only hypothesize on the matter because he was a gifted child that rode that way for so long that it dissipated. Or perhaps he found himself too busy with other things to make time for his studies. Either way, I couldn't have given him a passing grade. Even if I wanted to. I see. But that is all in the past. I tried to convince him to take the class again, but I believe he was too embarrassed to do so. Pride truly is a failure of mankind. But that is beside the point. Unless you can fix my entertainment issue, then I don't believe there's anything you could do for me. Your entertainment issue? It is none of your concern. Go on, run along now. With her arms crossed over her chest, she almost seemed to put her nose up to the pair in this state. Seeing that as a sign to take their leave, the pair put some distance between themselves and the professor. It seems we'll need to convince her to tell us what she needs help with. Any ideas? Well, she seemed like she liked my brother, kind of, maybe. To be honest, I'm not sure if she likes anyone, but it's worth a try. Talking to Asher about his studies, that's sure to go down well. So, okay, this dude at the end is Asher. That's somebody, Professor Pearson. Who you? Standing only a few people away from the front of the line was a young man with long, thick black hair pulled into a messy ponytail. He stood on the tips of his toes, looking over others' shoulders to see what the holdup was, but he didn't seem too bothered by the delay. When he noticed that it wouldn't be moving anytime soon, he pulled a book out of what seemed like thin air and started to turn the pages, reading quietly. How studious, even in a place like this. I know one person who could pick up a book anywhere. Oh, it's someone you know? I think so. Ruben? The man turned around, his eyes searching for the source of his name being called, and soon locked in on Noah. A moment later, he glanced away. He really does look so real. But he's just a part of the stream too. A concept jumped up on my brother. Sorry about that, my nose was driving me up a wall. Still, talking to him might be useful. Do you know him well? I can't say I recognize him at all. Kinda. He is, or maybe was, my brother's best friend. He didn't come over very much, though. I don't think my parents liked him very much. Did they like anyone? Apologies, that's out of line. No, you're right. They were hateful, judgmental people, and no one was ever good enough for them. Not others, not me. Anyway, let's go talk to him. Slowly the pair stepped across the fluffy clouds until they stood by Ruben's side. Even when Noah cleared his throat to get the man's attention, he didn't look up from his book. Ruben? Finally, his eyes left the page. Oh, he got a face. Who are you? I love that line. Noah. Noah. A light bulb seemed to light up within his mind. Asher's baby brother? Minus the baby part, yeah. You've gotten so big, I didn't recognize you. Aging seems to do that to you. Anyway, what are you doing here? What a stupid question. He doesn't have any real reason to be here. He's not even really here. Ruben's gaze found its way to the golden gateway ahead of him. His eyes were filled with a sadness and anger that Noah couldn't quite understand. I came to see my mother. Your mother? He shrugged. It seemed he didn't want to elaborate at all. I guess. His eyes turned back to his book, which was still open in his hand. He was perfectly content to leave Crow and Noah standing right beside him in silence. Seeing that they were being ignored, the two walked a short distance away from Reuben. He certainly does like reading. That's pretty much the only thing I know about him. Maybe we can use that to our advantage. Noah couldn't help but smile. That almost sounded like something August would say. Okay, that's Reuben. Who are you? An older gentleman stood a few places from the front of the line, his hands casually in his pockets. He whistled a soft tune, airy and carefree. As Crow and Noah got closer, only then did they realize that he didn't have a very strong form. He was like a shadow with no defined features. Just like Professor Pearson, his form wasn't solid but fluid. He was a shadow that could blow away at any moment. Excuse me. The shadowy man turned towards Noah, his whistling abruptly stopping. Hey, no cutting the line. We've all had to wait our fair share, so do you. Oh, no, we're not trying to cut the line. If anything, we're here to help you get through that gate faster. Oh. That's mighty kind of you. You don't see many honest, principled young people like you two in this world anymore. Right. This is Noah, and I'm Crow. I didn't get your name. The name's Elijah. Well, Elijah, it's nice to meet you. What are you doing here? The man stopped and pondered the question for a moment. He didn't seem to know exactly why he was here. Huh, I don't know. If that ain't me, why am I here? How'd do life? I was on a call with my damn tenant who won't pay his rent, and then I was here. Your tenant? A young lad named Asher. Seems like Asher doesn't have it all cut out for him. Asher hasn't paid his rent? That doesn't sound like him. You know him? He's unfortunately my brother. Well, maybe you could remind him that I'm not a damn charity case and that he's been late for the past 6 months. What? I thought our parents were paying his bills. We can let him know. And hopefully ask him why. By the way, you haven't happened to see any scraps of paper around here, have you? I was putting together an old photo and the breeze blew them away. A photo? No, I don't think so. But we can keep an eye out for you if you want. That'd be mighty appreciated. We'll be back soon then. So who's the chick in front of Asher? A young woman with long blonde hair stood directly in front of Asher. Her blue eyes looked ahead with clarity and understanding. Excuse me, miss? Pretty. Yes. The woman crossed her arms over her chest and raised a single eyebrow. She didn't seem too interested in making conversation. Noah didn't recognize her in the slightest. Whoever she was a mutual friend between Asher and Noah. Whatever it is, make it quick. We don't have all day. Oh, because you'll be through the line soon? No, because that idiot Asher will wake up soon and I will cease to exist. Huh? You, realize that? Well, it's somewhat obvious I'm not really here, so this must be a dream. If I'm not really here and this is a dream, then I am not really me. Well, this is a first. But you shouldn't even be able to tell that you're not real. The woman shrugged as if she wasn't keen on elaborating any further. As I said, we don't have all day. What do you want? Right. Well, since you know this is a dream, we're trying to get the slide moving. Uh-huh. Is there anything we could do for you to help? Do for me? The director did say something about this. The director? You don't need to concern yourself over him. Damn it, if only I could remember this after I stop existing. She tapped her foot on the cloud deep in thought. Perhaps there is something you could do for me. What is it? We're happy to help. You. Once you get back to the real world, I want you to call me and tell me everything that happened here. I'm really sorry, miss? Daisy. Miss Daisy, it's... Crow made a face that said he wanted to help, but I can do it. But won't you think I'm crazy? No, I work in this field, so I'll believe you. Can you give me your number then? Of course. Of course. I don't know it. Curse that, Asher. I don't know it because he never remembered it. She fished around in her pocket and with a face filled with surprise, pulled out a mobile phone. Never mind, he's a genius. What's the code to unlock it? How are you related to my brother, by the way? Your brother? You must be Noah. I didn't even realize. Asher was my boyfriend, I guess. We didn't date for long. Does my brother have anything going for him right now? Quite honestly, he's a miserable little cretin that lashes out at others because he's afraid of himself. I'd like to say go easy on him, but you can do whatever you want. I don't care about him either way anymore. Damn! Ouch! Sure. So we need to get your phone unlocked. Any ideas? You could try asking Asher for my number instead, but I wouldn't hold your breath. We'll give it a try and be back soon. As the two walked away from Daisy, Crow drew to a stop first, his eyes lazily going over the surroundings. How could she know she's not real? It's strange, isn't it? I've never seen anyone like that. And she said she worked in this field too, whatever that means. Be careful about her, okay? If you do decide to call her later. Why? She's very smart, and I'm worried about what her knowledge entails out there. I'm not saying don't contact her, just be cautious, alright? For some reason, coming from that face with that voice, Noah couldn't help but taking the warning to heart. I'll be careful, I promise. Okay. That's so creepy that she knows this is a dream. Like, huh? Asher! Man, he just looks so pissed at the universe. Six from the front of the line, stood Asher, his arms crossed and his foot tapping on the ground in annoyance and impatience. When he saw Noah and Crow approach him once again, he simply rolled his eyes and looked away. I know a lot of things about you currently, my guy. Excuse me, can we ask you a few questions? Piss off. He has a variable punchable face, just saying. Don't talk to him like that, asshole. Why not? I can do whatever I want. If you've got a problem with it, feel free to actually piss off. Please, we just want to help you. If you just take... I'm not taking shit from him. You ruined my life. Excuse me? I ruined your life. You made every single day a living hell for me. For no reason. Right. No reason whatsoever. Even more of your privileged bullshit. I have no clue what you're actually going on about. Let's all just calm down a little, okay? Asher, you want to go through those gates, don't you? Once again, now calmly, isn't that fucking obvious? We'll get this line moving, but you have to assist us. At least a little, okay? Not if you don't help me first. Us getting you through those stupid gates is helping you. He shrugged, then recrossed his arms, refusing to budge. Fine, whatever. What exactly do you want? On top of all the other shit we're doing for you. He nodded a few stops ahead in line, where a man with dark, messy hair stood from the back. Noah didn't recognize him. Get him to talk to me. Ruben? You saw him already? Yeah. Not surprised you guys aren't friends anymore, with a personality like yours. Is there something in particular you would like us to say to him? Under the starry sky on a warm summer night. How delightfully cryptic. He'll understand. You should just go talk to him yourself. And lose my place in the line? I could save it for you. It's okay. We can try. As long as it means you'll help us after. Yeah, fine. Whatever. With that said and done, Crow and Noah walked a short distance away out of Asher's earshot. He doesn't deserve our help. I know. But we'll do it anyway, won't we? Not much choice. There's plenty of choices. You're choosing to help. Perhaps somewhere deep down, you're hoping to find a part of your brother's humanity here. It's gonna be really, 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 really deep down. And then what about you? What do you mean? Why are you here? Why are you helping? What do you get from all of this? The blonde man lifted a finger to his lips with a gentle smile, with no obvious plan to give any real explanation. Well, I get to ease your burdens, if only a little bit. That's all I could ask for. Okay, so we gotta go talk to Ruben. Ruben still stood in the third position of the line, reading his book peacefully. He'd already progressed at least another 30 pages since Noah last looked. What are you reading? Hey, Ruben. Yeah? He looked up from his book. What are you reading? He looked back at his book. A book. What's it about? I've never read a book before. It's about an orphan who leaves his town and challenges fate. That sounds fun. Do you read a lot? Ruben nodded, still busy reading. Are you studying literature at university? I think I remember you telling me you wanted to a long time ago. No, I just like reading. I dropped out of school when I was 15. Whoa. Was there a particular reason? To support my brother, I guess. It was only the two of us growing up. The least I could do was help him achieve his goals. My brother would die before dropping out to support me. He did drop out, though. Huh? Asher dropped out of school? He what? He shrugged again, his eyes still following the words on the page in front of him. Ask him about it if you want. Oh, I will. I have a message. I was asked to pass on a message to you. Finally, Ruben looked up from his book. What is it? It's from Asher. Though the man, up until now, had been relatively emotion-free, that name seemed to make him glance off to the side. What does he want? He said... Oh, I gotta type it? Clover! Ooh. Help. What was it word for word? What was it word for word? Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, hang on. Under the starry sky on a warm summer night. Under the starry sky on a warm summer night. Please be right. Please. Please. Does he think that will make everything better? I guess knowing him, he would. Fine. Tell him I'll go talk to him soon. What did you fight about? Ruben looked Noah in the eye. You, mostly. Me? Why? Does it matter? I'm reading. We can talk about it later. No, there is no later for you. You're just... Fine. Yeah, we can talk about it later. Hurry up and finish your book. Okay, but it's the first in the series, and I have all 12 books here with me. Right. That's enough. I did it. Asher still remained where the pair had left him previously. And just as before, his arms were crossed and his foot tapped on the cloud below him silently. Did you drop out of school? Did you seriously drop out of school? What? Me? Drop out of school? I'm not you. Who told you that? Ruben. He's just making up shit to get back at me. Sure. I'm not a failure. I'm not like you. Thank you so much. Why haven't you paid the rent? Is there a reason you haven't been paying your rent? I have been. Really? Your landlord says you haven't. Shit. He's here? Noah crossed his arms, waiting for an answer. Why is it any of your business? Money's tight, all right? Everyone goes through it. I thought mom and dad would have been paying it for you. A grin spread over Asher's face. How can you be so naive? As soon as you were in the picture, I was all but cut out. What? All they ever did was compare me to you. Tell me how much lesser I was than you. Why would they have? Asher shrugged. He didn't have the answer Noah was searching for. And neither of them ever would. Damn. God, are you still here? Unfortunately. Trust me, I don't want to be here anymore than you want me to be here. Then hurry back to your whatever it is that you do. Doodling? What's wrong with doodling? Nothing, I guess. Asher looked to the side and let out a deep puff. I spoke to someone, a certain professor. This day just gets worse and worse. She said you failed her class. That makes me feel like you did drop out. All right, fine. Whatever. Yeah, I dropped out. Who cares? Are you happy now? Why would that make me happy? You're telling me you're not happy to see people you hate failing? For some reason, I'm not. Because I'm not like you. She wants you to retake the class. Just so she can fail me again? Fuck no. No, she really wants you to. I think she believes in you. Funny joke. What happened? Ha. I don't know. Unlike you, who could turn up to any class and excel, I had to work my ass off to get good grades. His voice was tinged with jealousy. Studying day and night, trying to keep up the appearance that it was effortless. And suddenly, I was cut off. I was working 3 part-time jobs and I didn't have the time. I couldn't keep up. You could have asked for help. I'm sure. No. I wanted to prove I could do it alone. Then I saw you excelling in everything, with time for your art, for your friends, and it made you angry. Made me want to see you suffer. Ouch. And that just hurt Ruben. Family is important to him, you know? So here I am. Friendless, girlfriendless, dropped out of school and I can't pay rent. And now, dealing with 2 motherfucking funerals. I don't know what to say. And there's nothing you can say. This is just my life. I'll deal with it. I should come clear my room out. Saves me dealing with all your shit. Asher offered a weak smile, which Noah returned. Aww. Whether they'd ever have a friendly relationship, who could know? But in that moment, they seemed to have an understanding of each other they'd lost long ago. I talked to Ruben. What did he say? For once, Asher seemed both frantic and sad. It wasn't at all how Noah imagined his brother. Ow! Why am I... What? What'd I do? He said he'd come talk to you later. Good. Messenger, Goofy? You're a dork.
It's not greedy, but I don't like it infected.
You're a dork.
I'll return this.
Okay. Good, good. So what'd you do? It's none of your business. If you're making me your errand boy, it's my business. I was an asshole to him about all the things he finds most important. No problems, Lila. No, you, an asshole? That doesn't sound like you at all. Fuck off. I'm not telling you shit. But you will help up now that we've helped you, right? Yeah, fine, whatever. Here, take this. Half a piece of paper? Wow, thanks. How about you use your eyes? I thought big art hotshots were good at this kind of stuff. Big art hotshots? Give me a break, as if I could have become anything in the art world with you around. With me around. What, so it's my fault your little boyfriend died? Shut up. Don't you dare talk about him. Don't act like I'm the reason you ended up all fucked up. I hate you. Hate you so much. The feeling is mutual. I never did anything to you. You had every opportunity I never had. You were passed everything on a silver platter and you never appreciated it. You studied whatever you wanted. You were brought anything and everything you needed. You were given everything. How are you any different? Work it out yourself. I'm done. You... Noah. Crow put his hand over Noah's. The act instantly calmed the man's mind. Fine. What's Daisy's number? Hey, what's Daisy's number? What? How do you know Daisy? None of your business. Why should I tell you? I'm not gonna give out her number to anyone that asks. I bet you don't even remember it. Of course I do. Prove it. Ugh. No wonder she broke up with you. You little... Crow stepped in between the two brothers as Asher raised his fist. Now, let's not fight, okay? Ha! I was going to tell you to crawl back into your grave, but I suppose it makes sense that you're here. Asher grinned at Crow, who simply shook his head. You don't have to attack people when you yourself feel insecure. Whatever. That's enough. Let me look at it. Well, Elijah. Noah gripped the tight paper in his hand as he looked beyond the golden gates of Asher's would-be heaven. Nothingness seemed to stretch on as far as the eye could see. Ironic. This isn't for Elijah? Hang on. Random letters. Hey, Daisy. What is it? I found this. Where'd you get this? Asher gave it to me. I think this could be just what we're looking for. It is? It looks like half of it is missing, though. Love it, dang it. Who has the other half? Daisy, Elijah, Reuben. What are you showing me this for? Just seeing if you recognize it. Looks like a piece of paper. How insightful. Is this all you need to carry her up? Sometimes we have other things too. Lovely. You were so cute when you were younger. Cute? Your eyes are so hopeful and your smile is contagious. I'm not. Though you are still cute now too, so don't worry about that. Okay. Apparently I don't need this right now. Oh. Professor Pearson completely ignored Noah and Crow's existence as they approached. Even when Crow awkwardly cleared his throat to get her attention, her eyes didn't meet theirs. I spoke to Asher. If you're here to show me more random items, then please go bother someone else. No, it's not that. I spoke to Asher. I told him he should redo your class. Oh. Well, that's unexpected. He seems worried you'll just fail him again. If he doesn't put into work, yes. But if he does, I will be glad to see him pass. Lord knows we need more people in the world who value knowledge. Thank you. Noah, this is Crow. Right, I appreciate what you've done. I look forward to seeing him try again. So, entertainment issue? So, yes, you've been persistent enough. Fine. There's something you can help me with. I won't waste your time with a lengthy explanation. My father was a prolific writer, and before he passed, left me a book of his personal works. I was 7 at the time. He created riddles and puzzles out of his words so that I would have a piece of him left after he was gone. The professor sighed, exasperated. But today, some of his words blew away on the wind. If you could find them for me, then I would indeed help you however I could. What a lovely thing to leave for a loved one. What is more precious than the words that come from the heart, after all? Is this, by chance, one of those things? Gimme. I guess not. A man named Elijah stood facing ahead, oblivious of the fact that only a few people behind him stood aster. It seemed as if he couldn't even see him. Okay. Reuben still stood in the third position of the line, reading his book peacefully. Here, Jeebus. Wait, what are you using as a bookmark? Noah's eyes found his way to Reuben's book, in particular, what he was using for a bookmark. Wait, what's that? A book? No, I mean, well, yes, it is. The bookmark. Oh, this? It's just a scrap of paper I found around. You're seeing what I'm seeing, right? Yeah, that's definitely the other half of the note that Asher gave you. Could we have that? What? But I'll lose my page. Please? Just fold the corner over. Reuben made an expression that almost seemed to be one of disgust as he looked back at Noah. Fold the corner over and damage the book? Please, we really need it. Fine, if you promise to help me with something. You actually give me something before I help you? That's a first. It's because I trust you. You do? You've always been a good kid. Plus, you had to put up with Aster. Noah couldn't help but step backwards in surprise. Thanks? What can we do to help then? I found this. Reuben held up a nondescript leather-bound book on the side of a lock. The lock seemed to be color-based rather than number-based, though. It was with my books. I want to unlock it. What is it? A diary, I think. What's a diary? A book where you write down your feelings. Things that happen, that kind of stuff. Oh, that sounds nice. I think it belonged to my mother. Maybe everything will make sense. Maybe there's a good reason. Can I see the diary? Can you show me that diary you found? I think I have an idea of the code. For once, looking somewhat interested, Reuben shut his book carefully. After checking his page number to remember it without a bookmark. Here. Oh, I do not have the... I do not. So it's... Hey, Daisy. This is what I used to figure out your phone lock code. Oh, it's a cipher. You recognize it? Daisy nodded. I studied cryptology a little for fun when I was younger. Huh, I'm surprised Asher even remembers that. What? I wouldn't know it if he didn't. Oh, good point. Oh, shit. So this is what? Plus a piece. It says +5. A, B, C, D, Y, M, Z, V, H, W, J. Interesting. That's not what I want to click. I want to clear it. Go. Go away. Daisy stood facing ahead, completely ignoring the man behind her. As Noah approached, she smiled slightly. What happened between Ruben and Asher? Can I ask you a question? You can, but that doesn't mean I'll know the answer or want to tell you it. Do you know Ruben? Ruben? Vaguely. I saw him on very briefly occasions, but Asher had mostly kept myself and Ruben separate in his life. And by separate, I mean that he would drop anything and everything at a moment's notice if Ruben needed anything. That doesn't sound like my brother at all. The man only has a soft spot for one person. It was never me. Do you know what happened between them then? They're not talking to each other. Daisy shrugged. No clue. Whatever, it must have been a big deal to Ruben, though. Let me look at your phone. I think I have an idea of the code. Can you show me your phone? Be my guest. Wait, hold on. I'm gonna be stupid. Hang on. Dreambound. Name of the game. I just guessed. Got it. Good job, Noah. I knew you could do it. What a dusting of pink on it. With a dusting of pink on his cheeks, Noah looked away from Crow. It was no big deal. Of course it was. You did well, and it's okay to celebrate that. Be happy. Yeah. Are you two done flirting now? Flirting? I'm simply flirting. Finally, my number. Here, remember this. Daisy turned her phone screen towards Noah, where a long number sat waiting for him. My memory isn't that good. Never as good as time to improve on yourself than the present. Oh, what's this? What is it? Daisy frowned down at her phone, confused. There's only one app on here. Look. Daisy clicked the app on her home screen, which pulled up the program. It flashed red, red, green, yellow, then repeated itself. Red, red, green, yellow. Oh, the code for the other thing. Huh, it just flashes colors. Is it meant to do that? No clue. Maybe it'll come in useful, though. Red, red, green, yellow, red, red, green, yellow, red, red, green, yellow, red, red, green, yellow, red, red, green, yellow. Maybe it feels like nothing happens in dreams that isn't useful in some way. Anyway, I'll be waiting for your message. Well, I won't simply because I'm not really me, so I won't remember this, but you get what I'm trying to say. Crow gave Noah a look tinged with worry before shaking his head. I'll contact you as soon as I can. For once, a smile spread over Daisy's face, lighting up her features. For some reason, it reminded Noah of August. Thanks, Noah, and you can call me Crow. Crow, huh? For some reason, you remind me of someone else. I get that a lot. Common face, I suppose. Anyway, thanks for your help. Good luck with getting out of here and all that. Thanks, you too. Crow was the first to turn away, Noah quickly following after him. His gaze was lost, his eyes empty as his hand reached up to clutch over where his heart was. Strange. What is it? Are you okay? I will be fine. A strange weight sits against my chest that I cannot explain. Very strange indeed. In that moment, he seemed like a completely different person. But one more moment later, and he smiled at Noah as if nothing had happened. Let's continue, shall we? Red, red. Shit. Red, red, green, yellow. Red, red, green, yellow. Red, red, green, yellow. Red, red, green, yellow. Can I see your diary? Red, red, green, yellow. Red, red, green. Yeah! With a click, the lock fell open. Ruben looked at it in shock for a moment, as if he hadn't really expected it to open. Why don't you open it? Seemingly apprehensive, he slowly opened the cover, facing it away from the group. His eyes went wide for a moment before the surprise fell from his face. It's empty. Of course it is. I don't know what I expected. What's that between the pages? Some ripped up photo. Here. Ruben held it out to Noah. Are you sure? It could be from your mother, though. It's not. She wouldn't have left me anything. Please take it. Noah took the pieces carefully in his hand, and Ruben turned back to his book. Thanks, Noah. It's no problem. Hey, do you still live back home? I doubt I'll ever leave that town. I see. And this means nothing. It's not even him. If I'm ever back there, you can come visit if you want. Thanks. I'll take you up on that. Ruben gave a rare smile as Noah and Crow turned away from him, and the photo piece is still in hand. Ruben is a kind person. Yeah, how he ever put up with my brother, I'll never know. Will you go see him? Maybe. Maybe if I'm ever back. Crow smiled and his face lit up like the sun. I'm glad to hear it. Alright, I think these pictures belong to Elijah. Elijah, I found these so far. Not bad, not bad. You're still missing a few pieces, though. We'll find the rest of them soon. Okay, we got that. We gotta find more pictures. We finished Ruben. No, we didn't finish. I need a pencil. Asher! Asher rubbed at the back of his neck as Noah approached. He seemed as if he wanted to say something, yet he kept his mouth closed. Never mind. About August. You know, you might not get the chance to tell August that thing you wanted to. What? I'm not trying to be mean. I just mean you should do all the things you think you have forever to do before you don't have the chance anymore. Like draw him. Tell him that you treasure him. Tell your parents to fuck off and go see him whenever you can. How? I heard about you from August. Oh. All I'm saying is value what you have while you have it. I am stuck. I am very stuck. I talked to everybody. What? We're gonna do this the Phoenix Wright method. You. I'm gonna click on this with everybody. You. Yeah. Gonna click on everybody. What do you want, a medal? I hate you, but I can't. But now I see why you're an angry fucking person. Ugh, that did nothing. Phoenix writing this shit. Phoenix writing this shit. Did you take this? Me? Why would I have? Ah, this is actually someone else's photo. We're trying to help a kind man put it back together. Have you seen any other pieces around? No, sorry. But I'll keep an eye out for you. The pair could almost see the younger Noah's tail wagging. Somebody. Anybody. We already talked to you. Have you seen any pieces like these around? Oh. Well, you did help me. Here. Okay. She had the pieces. Do we have all the pieces now? Elijah, I found these so far. Not bad, not bad. God, but dang it. Asher, do you have any of these? What? Asher reached into his pocket and a moment later produced a few scrunched up pieces. He held them out for Noah. Didn't know you collected trash. Do I have them all now? My God, you two have done it. Thank God. Do you think you could help me put it back together too? We can give it a try. Oh, my stars. Let's try to put the photo back together. I think I'm ready to try putting your photo back together. Elijah looked at Noah and Crow, his expectations plain on his face. All right. Puzzle. Puzzle time, puzzle time. Right there. This there. This there. I like puzzles. This there. Wonder what this is a picture of. Put that there. This there. Right there. It'll probably like auto align once we're done, but I still want to like try to get it picture perfect. Emphasis on try. Because I ain't doing too well. Oh, are they supposed to touch the lines? Oh. Oh. Hey. Here we go. God, you've gone and done it. Yay! Though this form was difficult to see, even Noah could tell Elijah's face was graced with a wide, deep smile. You two really don't know how much this means to me. Wait, this is... It's a little town in the mountains where I first met my wife. What year was that? Elijah lifted his hand to his chin, stroking a beard that neither other man could see. 1975? 1976? Whoa. 1978. I remember now. Boy, time really does get away from you. You two should appreciate the time you have with each other, you understand? Yeah, I do appreciate it. Anyways, I should write down a date. You have a pen? Of course, how else would I be getting inside? Could we borrow it just for a moment? Well, Tell you what, if you can bring me some tape to keep this thing together and stop it from blowing away all over again, then you can have it. That sounds like a fair deal to me. Where am I supposed to find tape in heaven? As Crow and Noah turned away, something crumpled fell to the clouds below. Noah knelt down to pick it up. Look, you're already dropping it? Noah looked down at the crumpled note. On it, letters were scrawled in scribbled wild strokes. Don't interfere or your friend will disappear just like the last. Noah's heart sunk into his stomach as he stared at the words before him. That note itself was almost like a canvas, like the finest painting. Just a few words transported him back in time, to a loss so great he could still feel it now, and brought that pain forward tenfold. Are you okay down there, Noah? Noah looked back up at Crow's smiling face. He truly seemed without a worry in the world. And for some reason, That was exactly what Noah wanted to protect. It's nothing, just some trash. He stuffed it in his pocket and stood back up, smiling lightly at Crow despite the pain. Huh, there's something else scribbled on the back here. In the realm of slumber, where mind takes flight, adrift in a world of wonder, a dream of pure delight. I'm taking a picture of that. Something tells me I'm gonna need it. What the? Who put that there? Actually, could we borrow that back for a moment? I believe it may come in handy. Well, you did help me. Fine, here. Elijah held out the corner of the photo, and Noah retook it in his hands indeed. Indeed, on the back was a strange poetic sentence. Something about these words in particular felt like a dagger pointed straight at his heart. A version of himself from years in the past. Okay, I think this is to her. Is this what you're looking for? Noah held out the scrap of photography that Elijah had lended him, the back of which had a single sentence on it. A sentence that seemed to instantly spark recognition within the professor. Yes. Ahem. Yes, this is it. Thank you. She carefully opened up a bound journal and went to close it again with the piece still inside. Oh, we actually have to give that back. Someone loaned it to me. Well, I suppose I will allow it. Here. She held the journal out to Noah, who took it with his eyebrows raised. If you want it back, then solve it. Right, of course. I think you should have expected this, really. Okay. I see flight. F. How do I do this? FLIGHT. SLUMBER. Summer flight adrift. DREAM. We're looking for wonder in flight. We're looking for wonder and adrift. Wonder and adrift. Oh, ADRIFT. Now we're looking for wonder. Wonder, wonder, wonder. Wonder, wonder. 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 Voila! What do you think? What do I think? She stood with her arms crossed over her chest, unwilling to elaborate. Even amidst grief, there's a spark of hope. The professor smiled at Crow. At least that's what it looked like. How so? Though the pain of loss may be indescribable, your father's words serve as a lasting legacy, a lifetime's worth of his presence. I imagine that gave you strength many times throughout the years. Dealing with loss is a personal journey, but eventually it's important to shift the focus from sorrow to gratitude for the time you were able to spend together and for the memories they left behind. That aside, you have been useful to me, I will admit. So, what can I do to help you? Well, this is a long shot, but you wouldn't happen to have tape on you, would you? Tape? I know it's a little strange, but if you had asked anyone else, they would have laughed at you. In fact, I'm likely to laugh too. Simply because I do actually have what you're searching for. Here. That's surprising. Here, no need to bring it back. I'm not sure how exactly this would bring you any closer to getting this line moving, but I do believe a bet on your face is a safe one. Good luck. Thanks, and go easy on Asher. Not a chance. Sir, I got tape. Here, your tape. You shouldn't lose your photo again now. Thank you, you two. Here, you truly have deserved this. A pen. Finally, it seems we can at last finish this. Thanks, Elijah. Enjoy your time in there. Noah nodded towards the gate. Oh, I know I will. I'll show my wife this photo and we'll reminisce. Hey, she's been waiting for me a while in there. That sounds nice. Have you got someone waiting for you in there? Noah's eyes went from the gate, then back to Crow. It never really stops hurting. Don't force yourself to talk about it. Elijah placed a hand on Noah's shoulder. I hope you find what you're looking for. Noah, here, a pen. You actually got it for me. Of course, I would do anything to help you, always. Thank you. As he made the first stroke on his papers with the pen, he paused and turned back towards the pair. Are you two from the future? More like a relic of the past. You're me, right? Guess so. Does that mean August and I... His eyes were hopeful as he looked back and forth between Noah and August. Show myself kindness, huh? Yeah. And I'm a full-time artist? Well, yeah, technically. Awesome. Don't get your hopes up. With careful movements, he finished signing his papers and handed them over to the man behind the gates, who read over them quick before briefly nodding and opening the gates. The pristine metal didn't whine or grate. It opened noiselessly, and yet the young Noah turned back towards Crow with a smile before walking through. I'll be someone worth you in the future, I promise. My little Noah, you have always been worth the world, and then some. Good luck. As he walked through the gate, he disappeared into a flutter of sparkling light. The rest of the line followed suit, fading away as they entered the gate. Professor Pearson showed a rare smile. Reuben kept reading. Elijah clutched his photo close to his chest. Daisy held up her hand in a remember to call me fashion. And finally, Asher stood before the gates. Thanks, Noah. Asher looked towards the charm Noah held out and just shook his head. And just like that, everything began to crumble around them. Cracks started to form in the otherwise perfect illusion, running through the sky and clouds stretching out infinitely. A deep rumble shook Noah and Crow to their very cores, their previous stable footing quickly becoming unsteady. We gotta get out of here. Ah, shit, Ivan. Noah peered through the gate, searching for even a peek of his strange clothing and white hair, but he was nowhere in sight. Ivan, let's go! Silence followed. Ivan was nowhere to be seen. You'd better go now, before it's too late. What about you? Crow's smile was like the sunrise after a cold and windy night. Don't worry about me. You'll be okay? I'm always okay. But just come with me. I'll see you next time, Noah. Crow either couldn't or wouldn't answer Noah's begging. The last thing Noah saw before being pushed from the cloud and falling into nothingness was the melancholic expression on his face. Was it the look on his face? The expression in his eyes? The sound of his voice as he said he'd be okay? What was it that made Noah feel as if his chest was closing up on itself? That made him feel like he was losing yet another piece of himself. But before he had time to truly think on it, he hit the ground. Wow. So we're back. His eyes slowly adjusted to the lack of light. But that wasn't all. In front of him, a painting was half complete. Mountains made of clouds and a cascading light that touched every corner. Noah raised his hand, which already held a brush instinctively. One stroke, then another, then a flurry of them. His eyes followed the place he had just been, yet also hadn't. Where a familiar face had existed, even if only for a moment. The ache in Noah's heart didn't subside, even as his mind was occupied with his painting. When Noah had finally finished, the sun had already begun to peek over the horizon, like a gentle but sad smile. Not that he could tell, locked away in his cave he called his home. Noah set the paintbrush down and stared at his creation. He could almost feel the wind blowing his hair all over his face, the clouds beneath his feet. Both real sensations he felt in a world he believed unreal. A world he still believed unreal, and yet the words of a certain man named Crow still weighed heavily on his mind. Shaking his head, he stood from his place in front of his easel and walked into his kitchen. His steps into the darkened kitchen were slow and drawn out. Noah's mind felt hazy, slightly dizzy from the lack of sleep. The room was still exactly the same as he had left it. He didn't have anyone to clean up after him anymore. And in a way, he come to like the cluttered mess. It felt like a reflection of himself. With a drawn-out sigh, he wandered towards the fridge, hand extended. He paused. Stuck to the front was a sticky note. "I've paid your bills, Kane." A heavy feeling weighed down Noah's chest. After all this time, Kane was still here for After all this time, Kane was still here for him, even when he asked him not to be. With any thought of eating gone, Noah dug back through his unemptied trash can for his phone. As expected, Kane had called, as well as left a few messages. But what was less expected was a text from an unknown number. He clicked into it. "Can we talk?" Noah stared at the number. Mr. Floyd? But no, the number was definitely different to the one he texted earlier. There was only one logical explanation. Asher. Everyone wants to talk these days, huh? Oh, we're going back to the past. I think this is a good point to save. Because I'm not ready for more pain. I'm not ready. Oh, this game's getting so good, but our brother texted us. Maybe that's a good sign, right? Good sign that things are, getting better. No, I don't want to click it. I want to return to the title. The title. What's in the extras? Oh, it's all our pictures. Oh. Okay. There's a lot of pictures we haven't gotten. Oh, I got so many pictures we gotta get. Oh, hey. I didn't know this. This game is getting so good. I want to play more. But it's getting so late. Tears. The gamer in me would just play on and on and on and on and on and on and on. But my throat will not forgive me if I continue playing. Oh, no, I don't want to exit the game. But, oh, this picture's so cute. But if you're watching over on my YouTube channel, thank you for watching. Remember to hit that like and subscribe button if you want to see more content from me. And remember, this is Dreambound, made by the same person, I think. Either it's the same person or it's the same studio that made A Date with Death. I'm pretty sure it's both. Same studio and person? Who cares? They'll correct me if it's that big of a deal. But anyways, I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.